Welcome to my NFL Week 7 predictions. Now, the room's a little different. I moved the Kitty Kingdom. I got a new desk in here, so things are a little different right now. And they'll probably stay this way for the most part. I got a little table back here that's got a couple of things on it. But who cares? Last week, I went a respectable 10-5. Putting me in third place in my league at 55-38. This week, the Bills and the Ravens are on a bye, so they will not be talked about outside of their losses because they suck, apparently. And unfortunately, I'm not gonna have as much to say as I usually do, which isn't a lot anyway. But I forgot to, while I was rearranging my desk and all that, I didn't get time to write anything down, so I had to write this down really quickly so I could get it out before the Thursday night football game. So, Monday Night Football, we got the Steelers taking on the Bengals. Of course, my cat wants out as soon as I start. The Steelers dominated the Browns 23-9 last week, and the Bengals kept their losing streak going to lose 27-18 versus the Packers. The Steelers' defense is still looking very good this year. And the Bengals, they're still going to be starting Joe Flacco. They don't have Joe Burrow, obviously. So I think the Steelers win surprisingly close, 24-17. Next up, we got the Rams taking on the Jaguars. Why'd I say it like that? The Jaguars. Jaguars is a weird word, apparently. The Rams, they destroyed the Ravens 17-3. And the Jaguars lost to the Seahawks 20-12 with an attempted comeback. Both teams having a 4-2 record kind of makes this tough. But the Jaguars, they don't look as good for a 4-2 team. So I think the Rams win 24-21. Next up, we got the Saints taking on the Bears. The Saints lost to the Patriots 25-19, and the Bears beat the Commanders 25-24. Sorry, I moved the cat tree over there, so my cats are being weird. I say that as if I'm going to put this in the video. The Bears, they're on a 3-game win streak so far, and I believe they're going to keep that momentum going. And the Saints, they still haven't quite found a rhythm, and I don't think they're going to find a rhythm. The Bears win 26-10. Next, we got the Browns. The Dolphins lost a heartbreaker to the Chargers 29-27, surprisingly making that a close game. And the Browns lost typically to the Steelers 23-9. The Dolphins, like I said, they looked decent against the Chargers, and the Browns looked like shit. I think this is going to be a boring game, one of the boring games of the week, and I think the Dolphins win 13-12. I think it's going to be that. It's going to be the Jets Broncos all over again. Next up, we got the Raiders taking on the Chiefs divisional game. The Raiders beat the Titans 20-10, and the Chiefs surprisingly dominated the Lions 30-17. The Chiefs, they're starting to look like the Chiefs that we know and probably don't love. The Chiefs win 35-10. Now we got the Eagles taking on the Vikings. The Eagles losing their second in a row, this time to the Giants, 34-17. Embarrassing loss. And the Vikings, they were on a bye, so they're coming in trying to keep their momentum going. The Eagles, they're really going to try and rectify those 2 losses the last 2 weeks. And the Vikings, they're looking average at 3-2, so I don't think it's not going to look good, I don't think. The Eagles win 31-23. Next, we got the Panthers taking on the Jets. The Panthers won their second in a row versus the Cowboys, 30-27, and the Jets are on their 6th loss. They lost to the Broncos in an ugly 13-11 game. Again, this one was in London. The Panthers, they're looking to keep that momentum going. Please just keep winning. I know I said this last week where if I vote for the Panthers, they're going to lose. I'm gonna fucking test that this week. The Panthers win 27-17. Fuck. Next, we got the Patriots taking on the Titans. The Pats, they won a 27-19 victory. They got a 27-19 what the fuck am I saying? They got a 25-19 victory versus the Saints. And the Titans, of course, like I said, lost to the Raiders 20-10. Patriots being on top of the AFC East was not on my bingo card for this season. And the Titans, they're bad. So the Patriots win 28-7. That's what I say. Next, we got the Giants taking on the Browns. The Broncos. Sorry. My fucking brain is not working. The Giants won a 34-17 game versus the Eagles, and the Broncos, they won that ugly 13-11 game versus the Jets. These teams are both very confusing right now. The Giants especially, beating teams that they shouldn't beat and losing to teams that they shouldn't lose to. And the Broncos, they're just a strange team. They can't decide whether they're good or not. But I think the Broncos win a close one, 17-16. I don't think the scores really matter, but I like to say them just because. We got the Colts taking on the Chargers next. The Colts won a close one. They both won close ones, I should say. The Colts won their close one versus the Cardinals, 31-27. And the Chargers won their close one versus the Dolphins, 29-27. Both teams are looking solid this year so far. But I think the Colts, they've only really beaten bad teams besides maybe the Broncos. So I think the Chargers will win a 35-32 close game. Next, we got the Packers taking on the Cardinals. The Packers defeated the Bengals 27-18, and the Cardinals, like I said literally 10 seconds ago, lost to the Colts 31-27. The Packers are on top of the NFC North right now, while the Cardinals are still pretty shit. I think Jacoby Brissett looked better than Kyler Murray. I could be wrong. But I still think the Packers will win 26-14. All right, next we got the Commanders taking on the Cowboys. Commanders lost that heartbreaker to the Bears 25-24. And the Cowboys, they got destroyed. They lost to the Panthers 30-27. Throw them away, dude. Both teams, they're looking middling so far this year. They got, I think, 3-3 and 2-3-1, I think the Cowboys are. So I think this will be a close game because it's division. The Commanders win 33-30 because of the Cowboys having such a high-powered offense. I think it's going to be high scoring. Next up, we got the Falcons taking on the 49ers. The Falcons beat the Bills 24-14, and the 49ers lost 30-19 versus the Buccaneers. The Falcons, with these last two games, seem to be bringing it back with these two wins against good teams. They've only really lost to the best teams, the Buccaneers and the Panthers, and they've beaten the three teams that two of them that they probably shouldn't have beat. I can't remember who they faced week 2. The 49ers injuries are starting to catch up with them, this time losing Fred Warner for the season. So I think the Falcons win 27-21. 49ers are one of the only teams that can use injuries as an excuse. I'm going to say it right now. And the Panthers. Next, we got their two Monday night football games. We got the Buccaneers taking on the Lions. The Bucs, like I said, beat the 49ers 30-19, and earlier I mentioned that the Lions lost to the Chiefs 30-17. Two similar scores. With Brian Branch slapping the shit out of Juju Smith-Schuster, he's going to be suspended this week. But I don't think it really matters because the Buccaneers have one wide receiver. So I think this should still be a decent game, with the Lions winning 37-30, I wrote down. I'm going to be very wrong. And this game's also going to be a tough one. The Texans taking on the Seahawks. The Texans are coming off their bye. Meanwhile, the Seahawks beat the Jaguars 20-12. The Texans are looking to continue their momentum that they had going into the bye week, winning their 2 games in a row. And the Seahawks, they're looking good right now. Sam Darnold, I almost said Jaden Daniels. Sam Darnold and Jackson Smith and Jigba, careful saying that name. They're looking good. They got that connection, it seems. So I think this is going to be a close game, and I'm going to ride with a upset. I think the Texans win 23-20. That's about it. All right, so with that being said, we got the Steelers, Rams, Bears, Dolphins, Chiefs, Eagles, Panthers, Patriots, Broncos, Chargers, Packers, Commanders, Falcons, Lions, and the Texans getting victories this week. That's about it. Good luck in your pick'em leagues, fellas. And I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.